Is this your vehicle, sir?
Yes, it is.
Where are you guys coming from?
I'm from Illinois.
I mean, where are you coming from
Today? I came from Pittsburgh.
Where are you coming from right now?
From the City Hall area.
What are you doing down there?
Walking around.
I'm sorry?
Walking around.
The reason I stopped you, made a right turn back here. The sign says no right on red.
You mean the one I just about turned on? And
No, right here. This very next road right down here, the last light turn before this one.
yeah, I'm not indigenous to Parkersburg.
Who are you guys in town for?
I'm here doing some contract work with a person, and I'm planning on leaving tomorrow.
Sir, do you have any ID on you, sir?
Well, what do I need ID on me?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. It was a car.
If he's got,
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Yeah, I do. I have ID.
let him see it. Let him see it.
Sure. But why am I being ID'd?
Yeah.
Just because I don't know who you are, I'm just checking to make sure you don't have any warrants or anything.
Oh, jeez.
Do you have a lawful reason for requiring the passenger to identify himself?
Yes, because I don't know who he is, sir. That's all. Okay? You guys are from out of state. No big deal. All right?
Okay, sure. Well, you know.
If he hasn't done anything, that'll be fine. We'll get you out of here.
Sure.
But you're not from out of state, sir?
No, I'm not. That's why, you know.
Okay. Well, no problem.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to identify a police officer who identified himself as Santa Claus. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So what?
He identified himself as Santa Claus?
Identified himself
As Santa Claus.
When did that happen? Where did that happen?
When did that happen?
Oh, in 2008, it would have been September the 29th of 2008.
September 29th of 2008.
Okay, so not quite 2 years ago.
It was on Sergeant Fox's
yeah.
shift, where a police officer went to his house and identified himself as...
Police officer went to whose house?
To my house.
Mr. Libert's house.
Okay.
And identified himself as Santa Claus.
Okay.
So we're trying to find out who Officer Santa Claus is so we can actually identify who he really is.
So that's the reason you guys are down there videotaping.
I wasn't videotaping.
Right? Because the reason I'm asking is because I was standing there and every time I moved, you guys were following us as we were going through the parking lot. And if that's the deal, no big deal, okay?
We're trying to identify the police officer so we can actually identify who he is.
Okay. The reason I'm asking, I'm not saying you have a legal right to videotape. Obviously, I haven't stopped him, okay?
Right.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, that's all,
right.
Okay?
Just to let you know, I'm with the news media.
Okay.
So,
do you mind telling me what news media?
I'm going to show you my press
You're
pass,
fine,
okay?
you're fine,
I'm not going to do anything dangerous.
Like I said, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I was just
Here's my
concerned,
press
that's
pass.
all.
Yeah, when somebody gets their house searched illegally, you know, guy identifies himself as Santa Claus. That's kind of not a good thing.
I can't quite hear him. There's still a lot of traffic.
Okay, you can tell me here in a minute. And I'm being a little bit more liberal because obviously you look like a detective, so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I was just concerned, you know, just as an officer safety issue, when somebody's taking my picture, I just have a concern with it. Not because it's necessarily something going on.
Yeah.
All right, but the city janitor down there that was blowing the leaves and stuff that you talked to, he said that you asked him some questions about a lot of people being here and you know.
No, I asked him questions about the Parkersburg Half Marathon.
Okay.
So I asked him what day the Parkersburg Half Marathon is, how much the registration is.
Okay.
And, you know, that's all I told him.
Like I said, when I talked to him, I was just curious.
Yeah.
And he said you were asking questions.
Yeah.
You know, for all I know, and I'm not saying you are, you could have been terrorists trying to plot a bomb. You know,
right.
No
yeah,
idea.
for the half marathon. Yeah, I hear you.
I wanted to talk to you. That's all. You guys don't have any warrants or anything like that?
I don't have any warrants.
I mean, you can check on me. I don't know.
And I've already been checked in Pittsburgh.
Hey, with the way some of your police act, you might want to check me. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, Santa Claus might be arresting me next. I mean, the guy shows up.
Doesn't start showing up.
The guy shows up at my house, right, 8 o'clock, and announces
Morning or at night?
At night, and he told me that he asked me if I had a security camera in my house, and I said, yes, I do. And he says, well, it's pointing at a child's bedroom window, and I want to search it. No search warrant. He came in my house. He threatened me with arrest. He made me remove the camera. I called the state police. I called my lawyer, and I have records of this, and I called George, a guy named Sergeant George Fox at the time.
Yes.
I called him up, and he said that this guy would get a reprimand. He said this guy's going to get a reprimand, and there's going to be a police report written. Nothing was ever written. Nothing.
Okay.
No record of any of it. But I got phone records.
The city? Have you checked?
They said there's no report, and they basically called me a nutcase.
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
I can tell you, you can if there was an officer out at your house, you can probably.
Yeah.
You could probably call out to the 911 center.
I was arrested too.
That evening?
I was arrested 2 days later. The people who called in on me about the security camera, they had threatened me a number of times in regard to that and some other stuff. And the man attacked me over at my other property on 605 Buckeye. I was attacked in my yard. In my yard. In front of a witness who saw the man follow me in. He saw him follow me in to my parking spot, jump out of the car. I got some pepper spray out of my car, and he attacked me. I dropped the pepper spray. He picked it up, pepper sprayed me. Okay, and then we were fighting in the yard in front of a witness. Okay, and I got the witness's statement too, because Jay Gerber handled the case, and it was Mr. Whitaker, Pete Whitaker, who did the investigation, and he did a fine job. And I can tell you, he did a lot better job investigating than that Donaldson. Some guy named Donaldson came out and arrested me for defending myself in my own yard against an attacker who had attacked me 3 times previous, me and my wife. I had to go through the humiliation down there. He put my handcuffs on tight. He made me sit on my handcuffs in the back, and I was in pain. He pushed me down. He shoved me down my stairs, which the boards were coming loose. I almost fell down. And then when I told him I was in pain, he said, those handcuffs are supposed to hurt, like that. And you know, what kind of baloney was that? I had to spend a couple $1,000s of my money on my family. And on top of it, these gentlemen here do a wonderful story on we put it on a website, you know, trying to get some justice out of this.
What website?
www.policeabuse.com. We put it on YouTube. This George Fox's wife gets on there and starts saying horrible things about my family and calling me a child molester. And this is slanderous and libel. And then she said she put her boys on there, and her boys said, how did those kids feel when you butt fucked them? And all this kind of stuff. Put it on
I don't know anything about
Well, it's horrible. And her name is Tammy Snodgrass. And she's George Fox's wife or something or other. I don't know anything about it. But George Fox is the guy. George Fox is the guy who, with the Santa Claus guy that came over to my house, and this Santa Claus had been at my house 2 times before and threatened me. And all I was trying to do was, I was being terrorized by some neighborhood juvenile delinquents and some guy that got back from Iraq with post-traumatic stress disorder. And all I tried to do was live in my house in peace and quiet. And they kept doing things in front of my house where I would have to come out and try to defend myself. I got video of it. I sent it to these gentlemen here, and they finally did something about it. And your police department didn't do anything about it but arrest me and tell me I was a pain in the ass. Basically, that's what they told my lawyer.
I don't have the rank to really help you with any of it.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just for the record, can I get your name?
Yes, sir. My name is Detective Randall.
Randall. Okay.
Randall.
Thank you.
Okay.
You seem professional.